from my standpoint, I really don't see the $35,000 Model 3 as being a good deal. So with Tesla now having 2 standard range, 1 mid-range, 2 long range, and a performance variant of the Tesla Model 3, I actually don't think anybody should buy the $35,000 Model 3. So there's a couple different reasons why, and some of it you can actually see online in their chart, which I'll kind of go over, and then I'll go over it in a little bit more depth. So of the breakdown, 4 of the 6 variants of Tesla Model 3s are going to be rear-wheel drive, and those are going to be your standard range, your standard plus, your mid-range, and your long range. And then in the dual motor variety, they have both a long range and a performance model. Now, going through this chart, which you can actually find on Tesla's website, but we'll put it up here and kind of go over it with you guys, you can see that the standard range has 2 different varieties, both rear wheel. One is just standard range, one is standard plus. The standard plus has a slightly quicker 0 to 60 time. The big thing though here is it does have 20 extra miles of range, 10 extra miles as the top speed, which I don't think many people are that concerned with. You have the same wheel choices, but one of the other big thing I think is the standard range has a standard interior, which is going to be things like cloth seats and such. We'll get into that a little bit more, but the standard plus does include that partial premium interior, and you can go from the standard range to the standard plus for only $2,000. So in my eyes, with the added range, the added interior options, I really don't think the $35,000 Model 3 suits most people, when for $2,000 more, you can get a lot more for your money. And in the grand scheme of it, if you're already spending $35,000, I don't really think $2,000 would make or break the bank. I could be wrong. We'll go ahead and go through all the differences in a second, but real quick, I wanted to run through some of the other differences. So the mid-range rear-wheel drive does drop the 0 to 60 slightly, has the same top speed as the standard plus, but you do get an additional 24 miles of range, and you get the premium interior. And here in the US, that mid-range comes in at a $5,000 premium over the $35,000 standard range. But they also do have that long range, which comes in at $8,000 over the standard range battery. And that long range will come with a quicker 0 to 60, the same top speed, but a whopping 325 mile EPA, which is ridiculous. You still get the same wheel options, and you get that premium interior, which is really, really nice. So next up we have the dual motor, which comes in 2 different varieties. You can either get the long range or you can get the performance. The long range dual motor actually comes in at $47,000, and that's starting price here in the US. So that's $12,000 over the standard range with the standard interior. But having that dual motor drops your 0 to 60 time significantly to 4.5 seconds, gives you 310 miles of range, a slightly higher top speed of 145, and it gives you the same wheel choices and the included premium interior. So the top line Model 3, which is going to be the performance dual motor variety, is going to start at $58,000 before any incentives and any additional add-ons. That's going to be $23,000 more than the base standard range, standard interior, but it does include a lot of extras for that. And those include dropping your acceleration down to 3.2 seconds for 0 to 60, which is a massive drop compared to all the other variants of Model 3s. Your range is at 310. Your top speed, it takes a pretty significant jump, I would say, to 162 miles an hour, which is pretty darn fast. I can't wait to test that out, coming soon. The wheels come standard at 20-inch performance wheels. Now keep in mind, you cannot actually use the 18 and 19-inch rims and wheels that Tesla sells for the other Model 3 variants on the performance car. It's actually a different hub and they will not fit. So if you are looking for smaller rims, you would need to go to aftermarket, but there are so many good aftermarket varieties. There's no shortage of that, and they actually do have that carved out just a little bit so they will fit any kind of Tesla Model 3. And you will get the included premium interior. So the standard range $35,000 Model 3 is going to be the only variant that includes the standard interior. So that is actually going to be manual seat and steering adjustments. You will not be doing it through the screen or on the side like you would the other variants. You have cloth seats at the base trim level, so you will not get the synthetic interior like this black or white that they offer. You will get basic audio Not really sure what all that entails yet. This is all pretty new. You will get standard maps and navigation and the center console with storage and 4 USB ports. So the center console actually is different than what you've probably seen on almost every single Model 3 on the road thus far. It does not have the phone dock. It's more of kind of like an open design, more like the earlier Tesla Model S's where it's going to be pretty open. It's still going to have the sidewall so you can still store stuff in there, but you will not have the phone docks, which I actually am a huge fan of, and the other compartments. So for an additional $2,000 over the standard range, you can actually get the Standard Plus. It includes that extra 20 miles like we talked about, but also a partial premium interior. So that is going to be including things like the 12-way power adjustable heated front seats. Super, super nice to have a heated front seat, which by the sound of it will not come with the standard range $35,000 model. You will get premium seat material and trim, upgraded audio to include immersive sound, standard maps and navigation, fog lamps, and a center console storage with 4 USB ports and docking for 2 smartphones. So that center console is going to be what everybody else has that's currently getting a Model 3. Definitely a perk over the standard range, and for only $2,000 more, I can't imagine ever getting just the standard range Model 3. I would always upgrade. Yes, it is $2,000 more, but if you're already spending $35,000, an additional $2,000 really doesn't seem like that much for the added benefit, which is actually quite a bit. The last 4 variants of Tesla Model 3, including the mid-range and long-range rear-wheel drive cars, along with the long-range dual motor and performance dual motor, are all going to include the premium interior, which adds even another layer over the partial premium interior. That is still going to include the 12-way power adjustable front heated seats, but in addition you will also get the heated rear seats, which are actually super nice for your passengers. You will get premium audio over the upgraded or base audio, which is going to include 14 speakers, 1 subwoofer, 2 amps, and immersive sound. You will gain access to satellite view maps with live traffic visualization and navigation, in-car internet streaming music and media. So the standard and partial premium interior will actually not get that. So things like Spotify over in Europe, which I'm super jealous of, I really want that on my Model 3. We have Slacker here in the US. You will not be able to get internet radio and such like that. You will get an internet browser, which is kind of slow at times. There should be some updates, hopefully speeding that up. Location aware automatic garage door opener, which I use every day. I think by the sounds of it, you will still be able to get your garage door opener on the screen. Instead of it auto opening from geolocations, you will just have to press it. Not the end of the world, but it is a nice feature to have. Fog lamps, and the last thing is you will get the center console storage with 4 USB ports and docking for 2 smartphones. So similar to the partial premium interior, but definitely adds a whole nother layer of stuff that I'm really a huge fan of. And at the very end, it does actually go through and say all interiors do include a tinted glass roof with ultraviolet and infrared protection, auto dimming, power folding, heated side mirrors. So everyone gets those heated side mirrors, which is super nice, especially if you're in colder climates. Music and media over Bluetooth, in addition to custom driver profiles. However, if you do get that standard interior, since your seat and steering wheel will all be manually adjusted, those will not be in that driver profile, which I'm a huge fan of because I like my steering wheel and my seat at different positions than anybody else. And if David, Scott, or anybody wants to drive my car, they can just go to their profile. So that is kind of a nice feature. So yeah, that's like pretty much the big comparison. From my standpoint, I really don't see the $35,000 Model 3 as being a good deal. I would much rather spend the extra $2,000 and get the partial premium interior. Or if you have that flexibility in your budget, spending $5,000 will get you the full premium interior along with that long-range battery. For an additional $8,000 over the standard range Model 3, you can get that premium interior, the long-range battery, just a lot more additions. So in my eyes, that's where I would be. I don't know though, let me know down below what you guys would do. Do you guys think the $35,000 Model 3 would fit you? Or would you spring additional $2,000, $5,000, or $8,000 for those extra packages and range? Definitely let me know down below and we can talk about it down there. That's pretty much it for this one. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. As always, if you guys are looking to accessorize your Model S, X, or Model 3, definitely check out Abstract Ocean's website. You can use code TESLAINVENTORY at checkout and get 15% off your first order. Huge thanks to them for being a channel sponsor and actually hooking you guys up. Can't thank them enough for that. But that's pretty much it. As always, thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Go and click here to subscribe, here for some other ones, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.